Huh. So there are certain do's and don'ts which you have to uh, understand. Number one is, in the last session also I told you, do not judge the judges. You should not be judging the judges. This is very, very significant, that which board is coming, who is having inclination towards what, who gives better marks, who gives lesser marks, that is irrelevant. That is not in your control, number one. And that is going to make you biased, but they are actually not biased. All right, when you experience the interview, you will realize that they are actually not biased. They are tackling each and every candidate in a very suitable and in a very subtle way, right? So that's why, do not judge the interviewer before going to interview. And in the interview, in the process of interview, you do not judge yourself also. All right, all right, Hannah. So you do not judge yourself as well. This is also very, very important, that you should not be judging yourself. Besides, not just this, now I want to give you a very important perspective. Last time also I told you to think like the most senior bureaucrat while answering any question, right? Let's say if somebody is asked that, tell me three major problems of Delhi, because you have stayed in Delhi. So three major problems of Delhi. I'm taking a very generic and open-ended question. Here you will start thinking, oh, I was there in the room and I used to get very bad, very unprofessional maid. So I'll tell, sir, there are because you put yourself in the question, you made that question very personal. So there might be a possibility that if the line of thinking is this, that what I faced with respect to this particular thing, so that will be what, that will be a completely different answer than if you see that what would be the three major problems of Delhi through the eyes of, let's say, LG, right? So, or let's say the most senior bureaucrat in Delhi, right? So maybe that may be the pollution problem, that may be the congestion problem, that may be the encroachment problem. There might be a lot of problems which are there. So that will be coming from the administrative perspective. You should be able to give the administrative perspective on the question. So not just preparing the question with the administrative perspective, but also giving the answer with the administrative perspective. Specifically, when they talk about the questions related to the attitude, behavior, or ethics, there you will realize that you are going to put yourself at the center. Do not put yourself at the center, not needed at all. You think that how a civil servant in this situation should be behaving, right? So this is what is there. And then if, let's say, there is one question, as you have done that in mains also, that let's say, Indian administration. Tell me the problems of or challenges in Indian administration. What do you see? How do you differentiate? How do you see the challenges of Indian administration? So you can just answer this, and then I'll just correct, or I'll just tell you something. Yes, the idea. Answer this, please. Somebody. Challenges in Indian administration. I'm taking a very open-ended question because I can give you the idea what I wanted to tell you through these open-ended questions only. Yes, please, please tell me. What are the challenges of Indian administration? What are the challenges of Indian administration? Anurag?
Sir.
Yes, tell me, what are the challenges of Indian administration?
So the first problem is limited capacity. The bureaucracy is overburdened. in terms of resources. We are extended beyond our limits. That's one. Second, there is a lack of participation by the public in terms of social audit and asking for uh, their rights. Third, I feel that the incentive mechanism in terms of the KPIs and the promotions, that is not necessarily attached to the results that the bureaucrats achieve. I think that can be changed.
Okay, okay. So I'll just tell you in this answer. Yeah, somebody wants to say something. Yes, Rajat, you want to say something? Please go ahead, Rajat. Okay, so coming back. Uh, I'll say you, Anurag. You used as per I feel. Many times you were very hesitant, or you stumbled at many places, and so on. You just I'll give, say this recorded video, or you just say see in the pattern of speaking, right? So when you use these kinds of words, like I used or you used I feel, that means what? That simply means you are not getting the sufficient words, and you need some support from these vague words to complete your statement. This is very simple, very accurate, very precise. Moreover, I want Nihal, you to answer this question. I want you to answer this question, then I'll come back to that. Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, what was the question? Problem in Indian bureaucratic system?
Indian administration, problems, challenges of Indian administration.
Okay. So the first challenges is overburdened and understaffed.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, I would say problem of red tapeism.
Mm-hmm.
Thirdly, I would say that they have resistance to change, as we see the debate going on the lateral entry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these all things.
Okay, okay. I want you, Saurav. Saurav, Saurav.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Please tell me, what are the challenges of Indian administration?
Sir, I would start by saying कि I've not experienced the Indian administration from inside the job, but as a public, what I will tell
No, no,
them
no, no,
is
no, no. You are complicating thing. Listen to me very carefully. I wanted to interrupt here
Mhm.
that when you are asked something, you just be very objective. You do not say I have not experienced. They know that you have not experienced, but they want your opinion upon that.
Sir,
Is
but
that
they
right?
will then they will form an opinion that I have not experienced the how the bureaucracy moves and
No, no,
how the
no.
things work there, but I have formed an opinion that okay, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. So I'll tell them
No,
from the
you,
outside, these things seem bad. I do not know what is the condition inside of the bureaucracy.
no. You should not be you. That is, you just see it with a rational perspective, with a neutral mindset, uh, in an objective manner. The question is simply, what are the challenges of Indian administration, right? So you should be directly coming to the challenges. Not my personal note to that is not required at all, right? That's what I suggested in the beginning only, that my personal note to that I have not experienced, or sir, I have seen the bureaucracy, or according to my opinion, these are not all not required at all. The question is simply, what are the challenges, so you can give me the challenges only, right?
So last time also I was giving similar kind of answers, but many of the people told me that this is not your mains examination. In interview exam, in mains examination, you criticize everything and everything and anything. But in these situations, they are very picky about administration, how the bureaucracy moves. Their experience is first, and so do not go on ranting about the same because you are to join the same branch of administration. So
but
even if you
but yes, you are very true. But if they are asking, the question is very explicit, that what are the challenges of Indian administration, you must tell the challenges. You should not hesitate in telling the challenges because it is very direct. They are also knowing nothing is perfect in this world, right? So you cannot just say that, sir, I will unnecessarily trying to balance this thing that Indian administration will not have certain challenges. Yes, this has challenges. They also know that. All the challenges, like what Anurag stated or Nihal stated, is valid. Why not? The the incapacity, the overburdened administration, the personal management, everything is valid, isn't it, Saurabh?
हाँ सर मेंस में तो यही सब लिखते हैं सर
No, but here the prioritization will work. Yes, Monica, I want your answer also. I just wanted to tell you something. Before that, I wanted to hear you. Yes.
So, in my opinion, first there is corruption and rent-seeking behavior on the part of bureaucrats. Second issue is there is too much political interference in the day-to-day functioning. Another issue is there is ivory tower syndrome among a few bureaucrats. So their reach to the public is not very cordial.
Okay. So now I just wanted to tell you, when I gave you this question, all of you started thinking, okay, what are the points I can give for answering this particular question? Yes. Did you see? You started thinking about that? But nobody thought that what should I do so that I should give a holistic picture. Did you understand what I'm trying to tell? You thought one point, linked to that point. After then, you went to the second point, and then you went to the third point. Isn't it? Did you think that can I give a complete picture of it in saying 20-30 words? How to give a complete picture? Like, if they are asking that, what are the challenges of Indian administration? Sir, the answer would be given in this simple form. Sir, the challenges of Indian administration can be in the form of structural challenges and operational challenges. In structural challenges, it is related to the deficiency in personal management by like understaffing, like the annual confidential report, which the point is stated, the performance on the basis of time and not on the basis of this promotion on the basis of time, not on the basis of performance. And then in operational, sir, there are corruption, rent seeking behavior, there are under finances or lack of finances. All these things are there. So look at this. I just gave a very simple bifurcated. I just tried to cover more than what you did by just picking up one point, then another point, and then another point. Clear? Am I? Can you understand this? Let's say if I ask you about disaster management through this methodology, you can just think that first the people should be made aware, then second the administration should be more engaging, third there should be a trigger mechanism, fourth there are so many points which can come. But if you think by this perspective, the way I have stated, then you will get this idea of mitigation. You will use the better keywords: mitigation, preparedness, prevention, and the trauma management. And under these 4 subheads, you can probably give 3-4 points. Now, how to give these 4 subheads? This is very important because nobody is having the patience probably to listen to all these 4 subheads. Let's say if I ask you a very simple question, that what are the major challenge with India and China? What do you think that what are the major concerns why we are not able to negotiate with China? We are very strict towards Pakistan, but we are not very strict towards China. Why is that so? So here also you think with a broader perspective that the challenges lies in the strategic challenges, the trade related challenges, and some cultural challenges also. Something you can just categorize. Most challenges will come in the strategic challenges with respect to China. And then you give a perspective, sir. We can, if our trade deficits reduces, then we will be in a better position to bargain with China. Something like that. I just wanted to say key that should be a complete picture. Why giving a cover to what you are speaking? But here, with respect to India and China, I took the example because I wanted to tell you that you do not start India-China relationship with the cultural linkages. You started with the most important point at the top. And that most important point would be the strategic point, the strategic challenge. So they do not have the patience. Like you also felt that in mains also you should be giving the most important keyword in the beginning, most important idea as the first point. This is very important. Okay, so I just told you three things in fact. Number one, think with the perspective of senior most bureaucrat. Number two, try to give a broader picture rather than going on one after another. Broader picture, try to give a 360-degree answer. And number three, in those 360-degree answer also, try to prioritize your points. These three things. Like now I just want to give one another perspective. Before, for that also, I want your answers on this question. Why do you want to join civil service? Yes, Saurabh, please. Why do you want to join civil service?
सर ये तो प्रिपेयर करना पड़ेगा सर.
So you just say it, na? You just say it now.
सर डाइवर्सिटी ऑफ द वर्क. सर दो पार्ट में आंसर डिवाइड रहते हैं सर. एक मेरा पर्सनल बेनिफिट होता है और एक
Speak in English.
So my answer is divided into two parts. The first is the job the job part, like what the job offers me, like diversity of work challenges, and you do not feel bored in the work. Like each day is a new challenge. So the pay is good and the perks are good. So that is one part. And the second part is like the second part I add on is the public service benefit to the society.
Okay, okay. What according to you, Nihal?
Sir, I would like to join civil services because of two reasons. First would be my personal preference, because I think through this way I would be able to utilize myself best in the best possible way for the society. Secondly, the kind of job diversity it offers, which is more challenging and public oriented, that would that is the thing that I would like to work. That's why I want
Okay.
to join.
Oh, Anurag, what do you want to say on this? What is your take on this? Why do you want to join civil service? Yes.
So my reasons are primarily personal. So I have a vision in life of being able to create large scale positive impact, and thinking from first principles, this was one of the jobs that can allow me to do so. And there is really nothing like it. And therefore I decided to leave other opportunities and pursue this.
Okay, okay. That's good. Monica, yes, you tell me. You tell me the answer.
Firstly, it allows to touch upon the lives of so many people and making a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And second reason is because my father is in government service.
Mm-hmm.
I've always heard him talking about civil servants doing this and that. So that always kind of motivated me to be in the service.
Very good. Rajat. 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 I think he's traveling some outside. Okay. Yes, Rajat, you wanted to say something? No sound. Okay. So yes, now I want your understanding upon this. That the question is, why do you want to join civil service? Achha, do you expect that they want some lecture on civil service in this question? If the question would have been like, what are the uh, good characteristics, or what are the the positive aspects of the civil services job, that would have been the question now, when you have to explain that it provides me it provides diversity, it will have a good opportunity to work, pay scale is good, and everything is good. That is when they are asking about the civil service. They are already civil servant. They are, more than your age. They have got the experience, so they know very well about civil service. So what are they interested in? They are interested in asking your point of view. Like you stated, Monica, that my father is a civil servant and I have seen him talking about civil services, and that motivated me. The second point is actually the first point and is the better point, because it has got the question, it's centered around you. It is not around civil services, but it is centered around you. Why do you want to join civil service? Anurag, Nihal, Saurabh, your answers were also good, but give a personal touch to everything. Why? And this is just one question. This is just one question which I am interpreting for you in the objective manner. The understanding of the question should be so precise. The first thing, listen to me very carefully, you can write it somewhere. In answering the question in a wonderful way, three things come. Number one, integrated listening. Integrated listening means, what does it mean, integrated listening? Integrated listening means listening to not just the content, but also the context. Not just the content, but the context. Here, if you listen to it, that why do you want to join civil service? Then if you are only going by the content, so here, why, you, and civil service. Three things are there, and you have to give some points about all these three things. This is content. But context, if you go context, why they are asking this question? Because they want your answer towards, or your preference towards the civil services, the reason for that. Isn't it? So number one is integrated listening. Number two, summarizing. Number two, summarizing the this question into probably one or two words, not more than one or two words. It should be in just one or two words. It should be summarized, right? It should be summarized in one or two words. When you have summarized, then you must remember that summary till the answer is complete. You must, I'm just telling you a very structured way to answer this. Integrated listening, summarizing. After summarizing, you must remember the summary until the answer is complete. And after summarizing, after remembering, you must structure your answer. Okay, I'm giving this structure to my answer. I'm giving this direction to my answer. And then you speak up to complete the answer. But all these things, integrated listening, sometimes they will talk a lot and the question will be very simple, very small. So if you go by words, then you will give importance to the initial talking also. But if you go by the integrated listening, if you go by the context also, then you will understand the question is very small and simple. Then you will be able to summarize the question in 1 or 2 words, and then you will remember that, then structure that, and then, speak up and then answer that. So the idea, what I wanted to tell, is very simple. All these takes time. Let's say if I am asking you a question, it takes time to understand, to summarize, to memorize, to structure, and then to speak. So this point is very, very significant. Whenever you are asked a question, or whenever some question comes to you, you do not just jump into answering the question. You do not be in a hurry to answer the question. Listen to it. Think for 2 seconds, 1 or 2 seconds. You'll say, sir, 1 or 2 seconds are not sufficient. It is sufficient. Trust me. You need to practice on it. Think on 1 or 2 seconds, structure it, and after structuring, you speak that in a manner that it should be a complete answer. Do not leave anything incomplete. Do not leave any sentences incomplete. This is very, very important, that sentences should be complete. Right? So sentences should be complete, the answer should be complete, and it should be as objective as possible. That is depending upon how deep, how better you have understood the question. Did you understand what I am trying to tell? Summary to this meeting is very simple. Number 1, think like the most senior bureaucrat. Number 2 is what? What did I tell? What was number 2? What was number 2? Yes, somebody please repeat. What was number 2?
Perceive an answer from an administrative perspective.
Administrative perspective. Yes. Number 3?
Don't just
Holistic
answer, give
picture.
holistic picture.
Complete picture, 360-degree answer. Yes. And number 4?
And 3 things to answer the question: integrated listening, then
Before
summarizing.
before that, objective understanding of the question. Yes, yes. Yes, to answer any question, to process any question. Yes, go ahead, Monica. Tell me.
So 3 things are there: integrated listening, and then summarizing things, whatever, in 1 or 2 words, then structuring the answer, and final thing is completing our sentences.
Completing your sentences, completing the answer. So I'll just repeat it once again. Integrated, because this is very, very important. You will realize the importance of it when you start answering in your marks. Integrated listening, number 1. Summarizing that, number 2. Memorizing that, memorizing till, and all these are not, you are not explaining them, you are just processing that in your mind. Memorizing that till the answer is complete, and then structuring it, and then speaking it while making the sentences complete, and while making the answer complete. Sometimes if you will experience that when you come to the mock interview or one-to-one session with me, that you'll understand that some people are, many of you or almost all of you will leave the answers incomplete, will leave the sentences incomplete, because you are carrying something from the previous question, because you started judging yourself, because you started judging the judges. Yo, what kind of question is this? Irrespective of any question, any kind of question, you should be very, very balanced, you should be very, very targeted. This is what is the idea. Yes, now it's your turn to ask me questions. Yes, please.
Sir, how should
Sir,
we
how many mocks we should?
Yes, yes, yes.
Sir, how many mocks we
how
should
many
give,
mocks?
considering
How many
that
mocks?
interview is on 8 January?
8 January. So you first start with the questions, making for 2 days. Take care, 2 to 3 days. 3 days, you just keep on creating the questions for you, drawing the boundary of your preparation, and then next 3 days for answering the it in first round, and next 1 day for taking it to for first iteration, that after the first question what could be the follow-up question, and then what could be the follow-up answer. Just 2 words, just 2 words, just 2 to 3 words, because neither you have time, neither they have time, right? Hana? So by this way you have completed 3 3 6 plus 2 8 days, right? And rest days, you can appear in the mock. At least I'll suggest that it completely depends upon uh, it completely depends upon the performance in the mock. Or let's say somebody is scared, most of you will have the hesitation in front of the senior bureaucrats, in front of the old age people. So the mocks can help you in going through this hesitation. But the actual experience in the interview will be entirely different. Actual experience in the interview will be entirely different than all these mocks. Even with me, if you are doing the one-to-one session, that will be completely different. So yes, so ideal number of interview should be, mock interview should be, we try for 5. You try for 5.
Sir, and what about 1-to-1 session?
One-to-one sessions, you should be doing that. All the interviews what you are doing, what you are taking up, should be analyzed well, should be learned well. The first interview and second interview, there should be some improvement. Initially, the exponential improvement, what does that mean? You are a maths person, so you know better than me that what does exponential growth mean. If delta t is there on x-axis and delta p is there on y-axis, what does that exponential mean? That for same delta t, every time you go, delta p1, delta p2, delta p3, all these will increase. Means for same time duration till the end, the performance should be increasing. Change in performance should be increasing. Nihal, are you understanding my point?
Yes, sir. Sir,
So
but coachings are calling me and they are saying that your interview is on 8 January. So they are scheduling my 1-to-1 session tomorrow and one coaching scheduled the day next after tomorrow.
you first, why do you go for the one-to-one session when you are not prepared? You first define your boundary. When you are ready with your questions, let's say 500 600 questions, then go for one-to-one interview. And one
8
interview
Jan का सर first interview है सर
हाँ,
निहाल का
he is having his first interview.
उसमें भी 8 जनवरी दे दिया
कोई बात नहीं.
अभी तो वन टू वन करने का
the
मतलब नहीं है सर, जब तो कुछ डेव थोड़ा बहुत प्रिपेयर करो.
the principle of exponential growth, focus upon that. हर डेल्टा टी के लिए डेल्टा पी जो है इंक्रीज होना चाहिए. डेल्टा टी इज सेम बट and your peak should be on 8th January, the threshold. Nihal?
Yes, sir.
My understanding of mathematics says that. That is what you have to do. Yes. Saurav, yes, you were telling something.
सर वो स्टार्टिंग में वो सर मार्क्स भी ऐसे ही देते हैं कि
you do
उतना ज्यादा
not
प्रिपेयर.
speak in Hindi.
सर मतलब देयर इज अ पॉजिटिव बायस इन द स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द इंटरव्यू की दे आर अवॉर्डिंग हायर मार्क्स, की उनको भी पता है सर प्रिपरेशन उतनी नहीं होती. तो
Yes, sir. Many people are saying this to me also, that this is a good opportunity.
That is oh my God. I told you first that will not create any difference for you. Right? That is not in your control. So you do not judge. this process, or the first people will be getting better marks. आता है तो आता है, नहीं आता है, that's absolutely okay, fine. It's simple, a game of questions. Whatever can be prepared, whatever can be predicted, we should focus upon that only. I told you na, that in the beginning the marks is better, this board gives better marks, that board gives worst marks. Not needed, not needed, absolutely not needed. If somebody indulges in that discussion, please stay out of it, because there is no point of those discussions in the preparation at least. Once your interview is over, then you are allowed to discuss anything you wish.
सर हार्ड जेन को ये कॉन्फिडेंस लेके जाना तो सही रहेगा ना सर?
Yeah, नहीं
हार्ड जेन
so that confidence will not be because of this thing. अगर सिर्फ इसके लिए आप कॉन्फिडेंस लेकर के जा रहे हैं तो वो एक, the basis of that confidence is wrong, right? The confidence should come from the preparation. Anurag, yes, you were asking something, you were telling something. Hello Anurag. हाँ
Sir, I was asking कि अभी मतलब प्रायोरिटी ऑर्डर में कैसे रखना है? आपने कहा था पहले डैफ का क्वेश्चन बैंक बनाने के लिए, तो आई विल बी वर्किंग ऑन दैट अभी, एंड देन करंट अफेयर्स, देन ऑप्शनल पीपल से, एंड देन द अदर थिंग्स, or the general priority order is what I'm
current
understanding.
affairs, this is a very important thing. I just wanted to tell you, current affairs na, people are too much worried about the current affairs. See, in interview, even the small news, let's say Atul Subha's case is making news. Atul Subha's case will not be the news probably till 8th January. There will be something else which might come up, right? So the news or the related issue, this new legal terrorism or the dowry prevention or the thing, this is the issue, and this is not just issue rising now, but this is the issue since last 10 years. So you prepare with issues, and for current affairs things, exactly, I'm listening to the current affairs of Haryana, I'm listening to the current affairs of Uttarakhand, or I'm listening to the current affairs of Delhi, current events of Delhi. For that you need to see 1 week before. जैसे 8 तारीख को 8 जनवरी को है ना आपका इंटरव्यू, so you should be seeing it from 1st January to 8th January, 2-3 newspapers daily. Not now, not needed, absolutely not needed. Yes.
तो अभी सर मतलब करंट अफेयर्स में मतलब हाउ डू आई अप्रोच करंट अफेयर्स और कंटेम्पररी अफेयर्स फॉर दैट मैटर?
Contemporary affairs, you create the questions. You create the question, and last year scripts you see. Start seeing the last year scripts, right? There, from there you can just list out, okay, these are the questions, right? So election commission, let's say electoral bond, let's say Rahul Gandhi pushed somebody on the parliament floor, and that is who is politicized. Somebody will start preparing, okay sir, I'm going to prepare about this, is this a good behavior or bad behavior? Parliamentarians, I'm just generalizing it, removing the political context out of it, that this political people or these leaders are entangling with each other on the parliamentary floor. Is that good, or can that be allowed? Who is going to decide about that, right? So this thing will not be alive, I'm 100% sure, by even 8th January. So there is no point preparing upon that. So before, you people are mature people, so before preparing for anything, before seeing anything, you just think that, is this issue, can this issue be asked? And I tell you, these people are very much fascinated about this organ donation rules, the surrogacy rules, this these kind of things, bioethics, all these things you have read now. So you must be this euthanasia case, or
so ethics issues.
There, no, there you should have the opinion, like, should euthanasia be legalized? Should prostitution be legalized?
euthanasia पूछ ले.
Sometimes they go, अगर कुछ out of the box they wanted to go, they start asking. Means I just wanted to say that even these issues are also important. Some people are road accidents के बारे में, Sundar committee का recommendation and everything. 2-3 things you should be knowing, that how to control road accidents.
टू थिंग्स, एक तो जो आप हम लोग करंट अफेयर्स की बात कर रहे हैं, तो जैसे हमने मेंस की तैयारी की थी, तो इन अ वे इट्स इन दैट लाइन ओनली, एंड जैसे हम लोग आंसर भी कर रहे हैं, तो जैसे हमने टेम्पलेट बनाया था कि सोसाइटी का तो इस तरह से जवाब देना है, डिजास्टर में प्री, ड्यूरिंग एंड पोस्ट, उस हिसाब से आंसर स्ट्रक्चर कर सकते हैं. तो लाइक इफ फॉर कंटेम्प्रेरी अफेयर्स, इफ आई गो बैक टू माई मेंस के नोट्स, आई एम थिंकिंग ऑफ लाइक प्रायोरिटाइजिंग पॉलिटी, इकोनॉमी, गवर्नेंस, society, social justice. Apart from that, I don't think we need to go deep into something,
हाँ
right?
हाँ 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 हाँ, इतना का जो मेजर इश्यूज है ना, you just take it and उसमें
And disaster management.
you see what is the UPSC question, you have the idea that UPSC has asked this kind of question.
Mm.
So that means that is the most important part of that particular topic. There you put this question, that how far do you think that this issue is valid, or what is your opinion about this? Make that question personalized and then try to answer. So your opinion about it is nothing different than your conventional notes. You just have to put that in a very structured way.
ठीक है सर.
ठीक है ना? All right.
And sir, DAF में, like for example, the hobbies wala section would be the first priority, and then the other things would come obviously.
नहीं 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 नहीं, hobbies वाला section should be the first priority. हाँ, yes, that page, the entire page is the
serial number 14.
priority. हाँ, yes, that entire page is the priority. Correct. Not just hobby section.
Serial 14 and then work experience if any.
हाँ, work experience if any. Work experience they are very likely to ask you.
ठीक है सर.
Okay, so any more question? चलो ठीक है. Okay, so study and if you face any problem, तो
Sir, I have one more question.
Yes,
I have kept IRS IT, I think on 6th or 7th position. What if they ask that why you have kept it so low?
IRS IT at 6th or 7th position.
7th.
So what is the actual reason?
Sir, you said that there is
Digitalization के बाद
digitalization.
you
Yes, sir.
just say na, before that you must have kept IAS na.
Yeah.
So you say that sir, I personally like field job more than the office job, and as per my research states, sir, this is more related to the official work. So I wanted to see more diversity in the job as per my understanding, so I have chosen this. Simple.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what else? Done? Chalo, okay, then see you all. Good night.
Good night.